This is the true story of what life is like when you live in Israel under the constant threat of terrorism by neighboring countries and militant organizations whose goal is the annihilation of your country. Find out what happens when terrorism is no longer just a threat and daily rocket attacks become real. During the month of July 2006, Hezbollah guerrilla forces opened massive fire on Israel while kidnapping 2 reserve soldiers. For over 30 days, the towns and settlements of northern Israel were attacked ruthlessly on a daily basis. The results were brutal and devastating. Hundreds killed and wounded, extensive damage to property, and complete disruption of daily life. Over 1 million citizens, Jews and Arabs alike, sat day by day for hours in bomb shelters. In response to the Hezbollah attack, the Israel Defense Forces began to destroy the terrorist infrastructure in Lebanon in order to distance the threat as much as possible from Israel's border, to stop the hardship of the citizens, and to restore peace and quiet to the north of the country. At the same time, the country was organizing itself to help the northern population in a variety of ways. The mayors and leadership of Yokneam-Megiddo, together with the various volunteer organizations, began immediate operations in order to assist in alleviating the pain and suffering of residents from the north.
We made direct contact with 3 Druze villages up north, and according to their specified needs, we organized what they asked for. This includes food products, baby goods, fans, and emergency lighting. We will send foam mattresses when additional funds are received.
One of the great things that happened in Yokneam, despite the state of the alert and the emergency, was to find the ways to assist the settlements bombarded by the Hezbollah. The first thing we did was to reach out to the shelters at the cities of Akko and Nahariya. We took with us about 700 food packages, we took the necessary products and equipment and single-handedly distributed at several northern Druze villages. I'd like to point out that this was the best and the only right thing to do.
Everyone is willing to come and help the North, to help the soldiers. We have volunteers that are distributing refreshments to soldiers standing in the heat. They are willing to contribute. Really wonderful volunteers, everyone here in Yokneam.
With the preparation and distribution of the packages to the northern residents sitting in the bomb shelters in harsh conditions, the Yokneam community passed on a message of love, hope, and solidarity.
I see this as our victory in this major war, the unification of all of the volunteer organizations in Yokneam and beyond, including the kibbutz movement and all of the youth in the region. Everyone joined together in order to prepare the packages.
In the Megiddo region, Kibbutz Mishmar HaEmek, like the rest of the settlements in the regional council, opened their homes during the war and hosted over 300 citizens from the north who had suffered the onslaught of the Katyusha rockets.
A lot of sirens, a lot of Katyushas, a lot of booming, major stress. It's good that we have friends at Mishmar HaEmek that have allowed us to come here and unwind from all of these troubles.
When we were walking, we heard a whistle. Mom told me that pretty soon we will hear a big boom. And we took off home.
The Megiddo Regional Council did not sit and wait for any instructions from the state or any other authority. Already on the second day of the war, we switched to the state of defensive alert, meaning opening all of the shelters and following the full-scale emergency procedure. In addition, a decision was made to absorb the evacuees from the north. We were honored to host more than 2,170 single guests and families at all the settlements of Megiddo. All of the hosting expenses were covered by the residents of Megiddo and by the regional council. All this would not be possible without the generous, immediate and direct support by the Partnership 2000 and the Jewish communities of Atlanta and St. Louis that provided us with the essential resources and the important moral support.
For the guests from the north, the time spent on the kibbutz was a welcome break from the stress, the anxiety, and the fear they experienced while at home.
As soon as I saw the crowd in the dining room, people from all sorts of places, immediately I saw an image in my mind, how I fled this very kibbutz in 1948. After 24 hours of fighting that surrounded us, an agreement was reached with the help of the British to allow us to get the children out and away from the kibbutz.
The guests volunteered to take part in various kibbutz duties, and their children were engaged in fun activities so they could enjoy their stay as much as possible.
One thing I must mention, and it is very important for me, I think I'm saying what everyone here is feeling. The wonderful hospitality, the warm and loving hug we receive from everyone here gives us such a fabulous feeling. It is truly heartwarming, and everyone feels great. And I really want to thank everyone, all of the members of the kibbutz. Really, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We will never forget it.
The Yokneam Community Center hosted throughout the entire period of the war children and youth from the north. They took part in a wide range of social and educational activities that were specially organized by the JCC staff. These activities prevented the long-awaited summer holidays from being disrupted by the war.
The children who came were under a lot of stress. There were even some cases of aggression. The activities we provided were very rich, social and relaxing. It was a pleasure to see these kids enjoying themselves so much.
And for that we should express our sincere gratitude to all those who helped us, especially to the communities of Atlanta and St. Louis. Without their support, all of the great activities we initiated during the warfare simply wouldn't be possible.
نحن عام إسرائيل حي بالديام ועומד על הרגליים שלו וממשלת ישראל חזקה וצה"ל חזק אף אחד לא ישבור אותו בעולם הזה אף אחד ואנחנו נמשיך